set up in our gravity line. So gravity line, we're gonna have our feet hip distance apart. I'm gonna have my tailbone tucked. I'm gonna stand up nice and tall. I'm gonna have my shoulder blades relaxing back and down. So you can just imagine them hanging down, going away from the ears. And then I want my knees soft bent. I'm gonna tuck that tailbone. And then I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna let the weight shift back into my heels. You can even pick your toes up if that's a weird concept for you to go back in the heels to really shove yourself back. And if you've done that, we're gonna go ahead and put the feet back down, making sure the front toe touches the outside pinky and then the heel. So we have those 3 spots touching the floor. We're gonna go through a nice march. So I'm gonna pick my foot up. We're gonna tuck the tailbone, rolling through the feet as I lift the knee. Chin's tucked. We're gonna push through the crown of the head. Go overhead, warming up the shoulder girdle. I've got my wrists, elbows stacked on top of one another, going into the ceiling so the wrists aren't in front of the hands. They're stacked on top of the elbows. All the way up, all the way down. All right, hands will go out in front. We'll pull 90 degrees in the elbow. Elbows in line with the shoulder. Making sure the head isn't jutting forward. All right, we're gonna go hands in, elbows in, straight out. I will let those hands shake to the side. Go ahead and keep marching. Now in this march, we're gonna add a posterior anterior pelvic tilt. So from the side, we'll go into anterior pelvic tilt, 2 marches, tuck, 2 marches, anterior pelvic tilt, tuck, anterior pelvic tilt, tuck. I'm still trying to grow through that straight line, even when we're out in front like this. I'm still trying to separate the crown of my head and my tailbone. I've still got the weight in my heels. Still rolling through the balls of the feet. You guys can also do 3 steps, whatever feels normal to you. I just want you guys going in and out of the marching hinge. We'll do 1 more. We'll tuck, we'll keep marching. We're going to slow the march down. Nice and slow. We're going to go hands overhead. I'm going to keep my feet hips distance apart. Now we're going to go overhead. I want my shoulder blades reaching to the ceiling. I want my chin tucked. Crown of the head's reaching to the ceiling. We're going to go ahead, pick up the knee. I'm going to tap the toe behind me, squeezing my glutes. When I go behind, I'm not coming into a hinge or an anterior pelvic tilt. I want to make sure I'm tucked. I'm going to pick my knee up. I'm going to tap my toe so I squeeze my glute. Back up. Tap my toe. One more, we'll leave the knee in the air. I'm going to sweep the floor, have an internal, external rotation. Imagine a line is driving through your knee. Sweeping the floor, ankle rotates around that knee. Let that hand leg go down, keep those hands in the air. Other side, tailbone's tucked. Pick up that knee, toe squeezing the glute. We're reaching those hands into the ceiling, tucking the chin, pushing that crown of the head into the ceiling, away from the tailbone. We'll do one more, picking the knee up, rotation, in and out, internal, external rotation. Trying to keep the thigh from moving in and out, just the ankle. Slowly relax there. I'm going to bring you guys down to the floor. So feet are going to be in line with my sits bones. I'm going to have my knees slightly outside of that ankle. And then I'm going to have my hands on my knees, and I want to use my hands to pull the weight off of my core so I can get the lumbar spine moving. So I'm going to exhale. I'm going to tuck my tailbone behind me, push the belly button back. Inhale, come back up to the top. So I'm trying to round my lumbar spine. Just a little movement as we move off the sit bone. Trying to lay the sacrum on the ground. Inhale. So look at the breath. Exhale, tucking. Trying to lay the sacrum on the ground as we push the belly button behind us. Five more. 4, 3, 2. Get everybody into a cat-cow position, quadruped position. I want to make sure that my fingertips are outside of my hand. My elbow creases are in line with my thumbs. They're facing forward to the front room. I'm going to have my thighs in line with my hips. I want to make sure my back is as flat as I can get. We're going to go in and out of a cat-cow. And so what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to think about moving one vertebrae at a time in the neutral spine. So we're going to lift the sit bones into the ceiling, dropping each vertebrae. After that, to the floor. All the spine is doing is reaching to the floor. We'll start dropping the sternum to the ground, the chest to the ground. I want to make sure I'm not pulling my shoulder blades back to fake spinal extension. Making sure I'm lifting my chest and I'm just pulling my shoulder blades back. And then we're going to tuck the tailbone. And I'm going to push one vertebrae into the ceiling, moving up the spine the same way we did through the extension. Get to my chest, I'm going to start pushing my chest into the ceiling. I'm going to round back into my chin last, and then we'll reverse. Lifting the sit bone into the ceiling. You're supposed to be super slow and controlled. I want you to try to bring your awareness to the spine and working at one vertebral level at a time. Now, things might feel like you're going to just move it all at one time. That's completely fine. I just want you to try to bring your awareness to those areas. You're going to try to get a little bit more movement out of it. Mindful. All right, tuck the tailbone, pushing the vertebrae one at a time. Really trying to separate each vertebrae from the next. When the question will come line, lifting the sits bones into the ceiling. Dropping one vertebrae at a time, moving up the spine to the floor. Lift the sternum to the floor, chest to the floor. Tucking the chin as I lift the neck back, going into extension. Reverse, tucking that tailbone. Pushing each vertebrae into the ceiling. From here, we'll unwind. Lift those hips into the ceiling. Dropping one vertebrae at a time to the floor. Moving one vertebrae up the spine at a time. Just reaching the sternum to the ground. Just to the ground. Slowly relaxing from out of position. How's this feeling for everybody? What's going on, Chase, Paula? All right. If those feel hard, just like the control of what's going on in the spinal region, like there's an area where you're just like, it's kind of hard to make connection there with the brain. That's completely normal. It's called pruning. Happens all the time in the body, just like area that we're not moving enough. If you were to do that for probably another 10, 15, 20 minutes, you would start to build some awareness in that area. So just literally, how much time are you going to spend on moving that area to build awareness there? So first I'm going to get you guys, I want to start opening up the front of the body here. So first, get you guys in. We're going to work with one side of the arm at a time. So from this double kneeling position, I'm going to reach back, one arm. I'm going to internally rotate my hand, and I'm going to come back. So I'm at an angle, internally rotate, put that palm on the top of the floor here, and then I'm going to lift my chest, bring my shoulder blade back and down, and I'm going to have to find how far I got to walk out to get a good enough stretch. All you guys might be really tight, just put your arm out and lift it up. The whole thing is I want to get the shoulder blade, you see my shoulder blade forward, I want to get that shoulder blade coming back, down, lifting my chest, have that shoulder blade sink down my body, pushing the sternum up, and then I'm rotating the elbow crease away from my body. So I'm thinking about elbow rotates out, reverse rotation, as I pull everything up. So I should feel this all the way down from my forearm, up the front of my bicep, and then my shoulder. With the other hand, I'm just using stability of my torso. And we're going to breathe. Putting that shoulder blade back and down. 3, 2, 1. We'll slowly relax the stretch. We'll switch hands now. So I'll internally rotate on that other hand. I'll walk myself out slightly using my other arm for support. I'll go ahead and pull that shoulder blade back and down and lift the sternum. And I'm going to rotate the elbow crease, the joint away from the body. Continually lifting that sternum, reaching the arm back behind us, dropping the shoulder blade back and down away from the ear, and rotating that elbow crease outside the body. Big breaths in and out through the diaphragm. Slowly relax. Walk yourselves out of the stretch. You guys to shake your arms out. Next stretch, we're going to change the angle. So this guy was kind of a little bit closer to the body. Have you guys walk your arm out a bit, away from the body. And we're going to go through the same stretch. I'm going to walk out. I'm going to find the same things. I'm going to pull that shoulder blade back down. I'm going to rotate out. It's going to hit a different fiber, different arrangement of the bicep and a lot of the muscles in that area. Continually trying to rotate the elbow crease outside, lifting the chest, shoulder blades back and down. All right, slowly relax out of that guy. We'll go ahead and switch to the other side. I'll get my hand outside, a little further outside the body. I'll walk myself out. I'm going to pull that shoulder blade back and down, rotating the elbow crease outside more. Pull that shoulder blade back and down, and lifting that chest as much as you can. 2, 1. Awesome. Slowly relax. How's that feel for everybody? You feeling good? All right. I want you guys to really try to push yourselves today. I'm going to take you guys to a lot of fascial stretches. I want you guys to focus on the breath. Trying to send the breath to the area, especially if it's hard for you. I don't want you to back out of the stretch. I really want you to try to work on your breath and try to push into the stretch, okay? All right, so this next guy, depending on what's going on with your knees, you can either be in like a standing knee position, you can come back and sit on your glutes. The only thing that I ask is you try to keep that spine neutral wherever you're at. So if you sit back on your legs, don't come back like this. You're going to sit up still nice and tall. So however you want to do that. I like to stay up on my knees. All right, so we're going to be working with pec minor here. What I'm going to have you guys do is I'm going to have you guys lock the opposite shoulder blade first. So shoulder blade back and down. Ooh, I've got tension there. I'm going to hold that guy. All right, now I'm going to reach over and have my finger kind of on the outside of my chest, high chest, right underneath my clavicle. We'll get anatomy with it, all right? The coracoid process of your clavicle. That's where we got our finger, because I'm going to start to feel tension elongating into this bone prominence here, okay? And so this side's still tucked, right? The shoulder blade's still packed down, right? Just have the hand over now, use elbow. So still lock, bone, elbow over. And then here, I want to make sure my shoulder blades are in one line, all right? The side that I'm stretching, I'm going to externally rotate the hand as much as I can. So I'm going to try to open up my elbow crease to the side of my body. As you can see, I'm really tight right now. I can't get it fully to the side of my body. I want to rotate just wherever I feel that stopping tension. I'm going to start reaching away. So the angle in which my hand's reaching out, I've got a vector of tension. I want to reach hard to the floor. Okay, I'm going to tuck my chin, and I'm going to start reaching my shoulder blade back and down more. I'm going to reach the hand away more. I'm going to rotate more. I'm going to tuck my chin. And we're going to side bend the head away. This should increase the stretch through the scapula. You should feel it coming down. Increase the stretch wherever your finger's at. Continually trying to externally rotate the arm more, shoulder blade back and down more. So I'm thinking about the shoulder blade. It's on my back. I'm thinking about it going back and tilt back more. So the shoulder blade can tilt back. I think about tilting back on my body and going down, away, okay? We'll slowly relax that side. You can shake that arm out. Right, as you bend the neck, you start to get sharp pain there, just go into that last part slowly. Right, the body's going to want to have a tendency to side bend the thoracic spine, or the lumbar spine, right, or whatever, to get over. Like if I'm super tight and the neck doesn't want to bend and it knows it's tight, it's going to go like this. Right, so just make sure you're getting pure cervical spine. I'm not getting any side bending from the thoracic spine, okay? All right. Other side here, we'll go ahead, we'll solidify the opposite shoulder blade down and back. I'm gonna go ahead and get my hand, other side, right underneath the collarbone. Go ahead and externally rotate the hand, elbow crease away from the body. I'm gonna reach my hand to the floor, tucking the chin, and now I'm gonna side bend that neck away from the hand stretching. So now I'm pushing through the crown of the head here, tucking the chin, reaching through the arm, so I'm making this straight line. My shoulder blade goes back and down as we externally rotate more, tuck the chin more, and try to side bend more. Deep breaths into that side. Try to open up the elbow crease more, rotate more, pull that shoulder blade back and down more. Three, two, one, slowly relax. How's everyone doing with that guy? Good? Cool. All right, so the next thing is the chest. And so all I'm trying to do with the chest, okay, I got a sternum here. I've got the chest that connects to the sternum down the middle, and then it comes and it goes all the way over and connects onto my arm, right? So it comes from the half, goes over, connects onto my arm. So what I'm gonna have you guys do on the floor is that we're gonna create this prone position. I'm gonna have one arm straight. This is the side I'm stretching, and I'm gonna have one arm holding me up. Now what I'm doing with this other shoulder blade is as I get it, the same thing that we did on the fixed side on this last one, I want to fix the shoulder blade. But I'm going to pull that shoulder blade back and down, and then I'm going to reach the elbow away from my body. So if someone had their finger on the outside of my elbow, I'm like trying to push into their finger, but I don't want the shoulder blade to come out, right? I don't want to be like this. I want to keep my shoulder blade back and down. It's just a little bit of tension to keep tension across that shoulder blade so we don't lose tension. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to pry my body up with the hand on the floor. So I'm thinking about, I'm reaching one way, I'm going to pry my body off the floor with my hand, so I'm pulling the sternum away from my hand. So I'm going to be on the floor here. One arm is going to come out, and with the stretches, you can play with many different arm factors. There's the bands, right? There's a lot of different fibers, but we're going to try to find a stretch where we feel the chest stretching, and I lift the arm, and then I'm going to externally rotate, shoulder blade back and down, and I'm going to reach as I now pull, and I'm just trying to think about lifting my sternum away from the side that we're stretching as we reach that elbow away. And you should feel this increase in stretch in the chest. Think about driving your sternum back into the ceiling as you pull that shoulder blade back. I'm just trying to rotate my high thoracic spine. So I pull that shoulder blade back and down and reach. Reach away. Whenever each one, try to reach out the palm of that hand a little more. Try to lift that sternum up a little more. Slowly relax. You guys feeling a stretch somewhere in here? All right, you can even kind of get it more to the sternum once you start learning how to kind of really pull that back, right? But you just want to think about separating the sternum from here, okay? These 2 points elongating from each other. So we're coming to the other side. Find that good angle for my humerus, for my upper arm, where I feel the most chest stretch. I'll pull that shoulder blade back and down, just like we did in the last stretch for the neck liner. I'm going to have my wrist back. I'm going to start externally rotating my upper arm. You're going to go ahead and push that elbow out slightly. And then I'm going to go rotate, pull that shoulder blade back and down, and lifting the sternum to the ceiling as I try to reach away and separate those 2 points. Continue trying to lift the sternum up off the ground. Reach that arm away, externally rotate the shoulder blade back and down. Slowly relax here. How's that feeling for everybody? So I'm going to get into a trap stretch, trap pedal levator stretch. And so what I'm going to have you guys do for this guy is I'm going to kind of feed my hand through like I'm putting a football. But we're going to be in that externally rotated arm position. So what I like to do is I like to externally rotate the hand first. Now I'm going to feed it through just like how I have it. So I'm going to keep externally rotated. And I'm going to try to drop on the outside of my shoulder. So I'm going to come forward, slightly rotated, right, to be able to drop that shoulder on the ground. And then I'm going to push the torso forward. So as you can see, as I push the torso forward, my shoulder is going to drop back. And I'm going to use that leverage and that root to stretch my trap. So when you're down in that position, I'm here, boom, I'm going to come forward. I'm going to lay on that shoulder. And then I want to lean forward, pull the shoulder blade away. Now I'm tucking my chin and driving the front of my head away. You should feel a stretch right at the top of your trap. If not, think about pressing the occiput away from the trap as you tuck the chin, push the crown of the head into the ceiling, and lean on that torso more to get this area to separate. Right? So I'm trying to land kind of on the top of this shoulder here. On the acromion there, the big. How's this feel for everybody? Three, two, one. You guys all feeling a stretch in the trap? Right? If not, think about reaching that hand back and down more. So you really got to get that shoulder blade to drop, and then when you're leaning too. So I'm using all of my weight to really start pushing here, and then I'm going to tuck the chin and move away. Right? So you're stretching those 2 points. We'll go to the other side. In my kneel position, I'm going to go ahead externally rotate. I'm going to reach my hand through a little V. I'm going to drop my shoulder to the ground so I get that outside shoulder bone on the floor. I'm going to reach my torso forward to help push it away from my head. And then I'm going to tuck my chin and try to grow through the crown of the head, breathing. Making sure the shoulder that's holding you up is not tight, not elevated. Slowly relax there. How's that one feeling for everybody? Good? All right. If you're feeling it in the trap, you got it. If not, sometimes those areas, like especially if you're up here kind of person, those areas can be really tight to where it's cleaved and you're not feeling any sensory feedback in those areas. But over time, if you stretch, you're going to start building that awareness there, okay, over time. So I'm going to get everybody into a one leg up, one leg down, serving knight position here. And we're going to get stretching into the lat, into the lower portion of the lat, right? So I got this lat, comes down, anchors right into the back of my hip here. Does a lot with gains. A lot of people know the lats with the lat pull downs, rows, the big triangle muscle on the back, right? It goes all the way down, but it also does a lot with walking and rotation. If one side's tight, right, it can rotate us, it can cause a lot of issues. So we want to be able to stretch this guy throughout its entirety. Like I said, we're going to be working with the more lower portion right now. So one knee up in line with the hip, one knee down. Okay, I want to make sure I don't have the hip height. Okay, hips are in one line, tailbones tucked. I'm going to get nice and tall through the crown of the head. Now, what I want to do next is I'm going to go ahead and airplane my hands out, externally rotated. I'm going to rotate, drop the hand to look back at my leg, and I'm going to lift over. So I've rotated, I'm side bending over, and I want you to feel that stretch down the lat coming into the hip. We're making sure we're not coming out of the tuck. I want to keep the tuck of that tailbone. Reaching over. You can also push your hip the way the side you're stretching. A slight push over that hip. Side bending, lifting the rib cage. 3, 2, 1. We'll slowly come out. So for me, I like to go into that rotation and then side bend over. And you're just basically, for you, trying to find where you find the most tension in that area, right? So we can feel, because everyone's going to have a little bit of different rotation, a little bit of different side bending to get into that area. Okay? But if you felt a stretch down here in this area, lower lat, that's where we want to be. On this next one, if you didn't feel that, I want you to try to work more from that side bend. Really imagine the rib cage lifting up and shooting out, right? So we're trying to create this as I side bend, right? Really get all that coming out. So other side, switch over, serving that position, legs in front of the other one, make sure we're not hiked. Once we do that, make sure the ribs are hips together, we'll tuck the tailbone, hands come out, externally rotate, I'm going to rotate. Start reaching towards my back foot. As I side bend, I'll slightly push the hips towards the side I'm stretching, away from the down leg. Chin still tucked, push through the crown of the head. Three, 2, 1, slowly relax. Also, if that one hurts your low back, just make sure what's going on there, right? If we're coming out into that anterior pelvic tilt, we're kind of coming into extension in the side bend, try to manage that. Meaning, if you feel low back pain, try to pull your ribs in a little more, tuck the tailbone more, and then focus on a pure side bend. Right? And if those things don't help, reduce the distance. Come out of that stretch a little bit. Now we're going to get up a little higher. So again, I'm going to be up on a double knee position here. I'm going to go overhead. I'm going to externally rotate the same hand position we've been doing to lock that shoulder joint. And I'm going to hold all of that. I'm going to bend the elbow. That might be the hardest part, but for some reason the elbow doesn't like to bend like that. It's just mentally doesn't want to. So I'm holding that externally rotated position. Become a little flexion, and I'm going to grab my elbow. Chin's tucked, and what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start pushing this elbow up into my hand, and I almost want to drive that shoulder blade out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull side bend, so I'm trying just to stretch that shoulder, so I'm bending from that high thoracic spine. And then I'm going to slightly rotate away from the side that we're stretching. So side bend, away from that side we're stretching, slight rotation, again away from the side we're stretching. Breathing into that side, driving the elbow up into our hand, pushing that spine out. Chin stays tucked. Try not to cram that neck with the arms. Slowly relax. Go ahead and switch sides here. Start driving the elbow up into my hand. Shoulder blades are out of my ears. I'm going to go ahead and side bend away from the side we're stretching. I'm going to rotate away from the side we're stretching. Breathing into that side. Slowly come out of that guy. Go ahead and shake your arms out. How's everyone feeling after those? All right, upper body loose, feeling better, feeling good. So next we're going to get down to the infamous hip flexor. Okay, with the hip flexor, we're going to do 3 sets here, okay? So this position might be a strengthening position for you, especially if you're not used to loading deep hamstrings, deep glutes through your heel, okay? So what I'm going to have you guys do, again, I'm going to get out with my leg at a 45-degree angle on my belt buckle, knee greater than 90, other knee underneath my hip, with the ankle outside of my knee. So with this angle, it's hard to see all this information. So you can see, that angle, right? It's outside the knee. All right, that's what you guys should look like. But for my camera angle, for some reason, you guys can't. It's out, but you guys can't see it. It's a little angle there. All right, so we're a little bit, so you can see it, maybe like 10, 20, 30 degrees in hip flexion, internal rotation. We're gonna go ahead and bring the ribs and hips together, so I'm not flaring here, okay? A very common position with this guy is gonna be here, right? See everybody doing this one. Right, we don't wanna do that. I'm turning the psoas on here, it's acting like a brake going into extension. Oh, it's on, right? I'm gonna bring my ribs together, bring my hips together. From here, I'm going to feel an initiation in the inside of my hip. Right? We're going to feel that inside stretch, so the hip flexor feels like it's going down towards the floor at an angle. Ribs and hips together. Boom, I'm tucking. Initiation of tension. Okay, I'm strong in my hips here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let the pelvis move away from my down knee. So it's going to travel a little bit away, and this back knee is going to go back and out. I'm going to let this knee come over my leg, so I'm traveling to the side and forward. I'm separating both knees with good tension, and then I'm going to bring my torso down. So I just brought my elbow on my knee, my torso is forward. I'm continually tucking, continually separating both knees with good tension. I'm going to reach my same side arm out, externally rotate the wrist back, fingers splay, shins tucked. I'm going to push the crown of the head to the ceiling. And from here, I'm going to slightly side bend away from the side we're stretching, lifting the rib cage into the ceiling and breathing. Thinking about when I tuck the tailbone, trying to push my belly button back behind me. Right? I'm trying to round the spine to the opposite. What the psoas also does, side bend away from that side. Continually trying to tuck. Separate both knees with good tension. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come out of the stretch position there. Back to the base. Boom. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Reset. So you can see, like if you're weak here and you're kind of burning already, it's going to be a strengthening exercise for you. Okay? So a lot of these things have some carryovers in different places other than stretching. Okay. All right. Making sure our hips are in one line. I'm going to tuck the tailbone, ribs and hips together. Boom. I'm going to go ahead and let the pelvis travel away from the back knee. Back knee goes back and out. Front knee goes forward. We're separating both knees with tension. I'm going to bring my torso down to my knee. Chin's tucked. I'm going to reach out with the same side arm, externally rotated. Continue to try to push my belly button behind me. Chin's tucked, and once we feel stable here, I'm going to side bend my rib cage away from the side I'm stretching, and breathe. 3, 2, 1. We'll slowly relax. We'll come back to the base. We'll take a couple breaths. Last one here, we're really going to perform. Boom. Tuck the tailbone, ribs and hips together. Initial tension. We'll let that pelvis shift away from the back leg. Both knees separate. Knee comes forward. I'm going to tuck the tailbone, pushing that belly button behind me. Same side arms are going to reach out. Chin's tucked. Moving from the crown of the head, breathing in and out through the diaphragm, lifting. The rib cage side bending away from the side for stretching and tucking the chin. Continually tucking that tailbone to feel an increase in tension in that hip flexor. If you feel tension come off that hip flexor as we move through the steps, I want you to go back to tension and just stay there. Right? Because something in the system is not used to being there, is not ready to be there, whatever. Oh, I had someone else on here I didn't see. What's up, Kelsey? All right, we'll slowly relax on that guy. Awesome. Okay. Hip flexor. A lot of people know the hip flexor for down here, but this guy goes all the way up to the mid-spine, connects from the spine first, and comes out to the side. So a lot of the pain that people feel is actually the disc being pulled out, pressing up on a nerve, and causing pain, right? So a lot of the time this guy gets tight, but it's really up here where it starts doing the damage, okay? All right, other side, we get set up in our good base position. Base position is extremely important, is everything we want to be anal retentive in getting into these exercises, okay? Because if we're doing other things that are rewiring the body, we're trying to rewire the body here, it's got to be proper, right? Or we're just wasting the time. So, 45-degree angle with the leg, knee underneath the hip, and I want to make sure that I'm not hiked, right? This leg is going to have a tendency to be hiked. So make sure you can drop that hip and keep these guys even in one line. Bring the ribs and hips together. We'll tuck the tailbone. And now I'm going to start separating knees with good tension here. I'm going to go ahead and let the pelvis shift away from that down knee. Both legs separate. Good. Back knee goes back and out. This knee comes forward, and I'm going to come down with my torso. Keep it nice and tall. I'm not side bending yet. Keep it nice and tall, and come down here. And I'm going to continue now. Tuck the tailbone more to add more tension to the system. We'll reach out. Same side arm reaches. External rotation. Chin is tucked. I'm continuing tucking that tailbone, pushing my belly button behind me. And from here, when I get to that max tension, I'm going to lift that rib cage away, side bending. So we create all this tension down here. Boom, anchor that guy to the floor. And then I want to start side bending. So I'm pulling it from the top where I told you guys where it grows from, where it originates from. Big breaths in and out through the diaphragm. more you breathe through the diaphragm, the more you start to feel this guy travel up the spine here. 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax, coming back to the base position here. Woo! Taking a couple good breaths. Contemplating life. Hip flexors so tight. All right. Back into the stretch. Ribs and hips together. Boom, clamping. Go ahead and push that hip away from the down knee. This knee comes over the ankle, so I got the back knee going back and out. Separate both knees with good tension, right? Good directional tension, like I'm trying to split them apart. Continually tucking as I do that. You come down onto the knee. At the same time, I'm going to reach, chins tucked, we're pushing that neck back as the crown of the head goes into the ceiling. Once we're stable, we'll side bend, just the rib cage, up towards the ceiling. Breathing deep into that diaphragm. Belly first. Three, 2, 1. In that base position, we'll come back. Take a couple breaths. How's everyone doing? Show me a thumbs up. All right. You can show me a middle finger too if you like. All right. Making sure the hips are in line. Solidified. No rotation, belt buckle straight. Go ahead and tuck the elbow, ribs and hips together. Feel that initiation and tension in that hip flexor. Go ahead and push the hip away and let this knee come forward so that back knee goes back and out. Ribs and hips are still together. I'm still tucking. Go and come down and tuck more. Reaching out with that same side arm. External rotation. Shins tucked. Necks back. Once we feel stable, we'll side bend away from the side stretching. Continually tucking that tailbone, separating both knees with good tension. Breathing deep into the diaphragm. Three, 2, 1. Awesome. Get you guys off your knee. And I should have said this earlier, probably. If your knee is killing you from compressive, axial compression, like you can fold up a mat or anything until you're comfortable. But what I want to aware you of is if I'm on the ground, I got this guy, I'm all folded up. If my knee is on this high incline and I got my hips in one line, well, are they truly in one line for my anatomy, or are they in one line for the prop that's now disproportionating my leg size? Right, so we want to use it to obviously to help the knee, but over time we want to start dropping that guy and getting the knee used to the floor so we can be at a true even. Or if you're awesome and you have like a gymnastics pad that's like super big, you can just practice on the huge mat and then everything's equal. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get you guys on a little figure 4 stretch. With the figure 4, I just want to make sure my spine is not rotating when I try to cross my leg. I don't want my spine to height, come up, and I don't want my low back to come all the way off the ground. So, low back on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and put my ankle cross onto my knee. I'm going to pick this knee up towards my chest. I'm going to grab the thigh here, and as you can see, my thoracic spine is rounded. I want to go ahead and drop that guy to the floor, shoulder blades back and down. And so I'm pulling the thigh toward me, and I'm pushing this cross knee away with the elbow on that side. Right, so pull it in toward me. I'm going to push away with the elbow. Pushing away with the elbow is the most important. All right, so focus on that, if anything. We've got the chin tuck. We're trying to move flatten the neck to the floor. And then what I'm going to have you guys do at the end of the stretch. So I've got my leg on my foot. I'm pulled in. I'm at the end of the stretch. I'm going to have you guys do a little cow into the floor, okay? I might have just been way too exaggerative. I want you guys to see what I'm doing. Little anterior pelvic tilt, but it's only gonna move like that much, right? I'm pulling everything up towards the ceiling here. So I've got all this tissue on stretch, and then I'm gonna go whoop, with a little drop to pull the tissue up the other way, okay? At the very end of the stretch. Little anterior pelvic. 3, 2, 1, we'll slowly relax. Did everyone understand the anterior pelvic tilt? Cool. All right, it might not even move. It's just having that initiation of contracting the tissue is going to give us a better stretch. All right, other side. All right, crossing the other leg. You go ahead and grab that thigh. Neck nice and flat on the floor, chin's tucked, back's flat, push that leg away. While I'm at the end of the stretch, I'm going to start to go into a slight anterior pelvic tilt. You feel the stretch increase. Slowly relax there. All right. I got 10 minutes, so I'm going to take you guys through a set of Nolas. We're going to start the base of the spine. We're going to work our way up. What these postures are trying to do if you've never done them before, I'm going to be calling out. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get in the postures, but whatever posture we're in, I want you to think about, I'm using all this tissue in my body to create a force down low, and I'm going to create a force up high. Now, depending on where we choose to work, it's going to create a fixed point. So it's going to pull on one end. I'm going to pull on the other end. They're going to create space. All right, so it's an active traction to create space in the vertebral level that we choose, right, wherever it's at. So what I want you guys to think about, whatever position I'm in, I'm trying to reach up. I'm trying to work through the crown of the head, tucking the chin. I'm going to go through all of this. But I want you to think about growing from the crown of the chin, from the tailbone at all times. No matter what the posture is, I want you guys to think about that and trying to imagine that separation, okay? First area we're going to work with, L4, L5, down low in the lumbar spine, okay? Now with this guy, I want to be spine set the best in every posture. Spine is set first, and then these little things that I'm doing with my extremities and shit is second. It adds tension to the system. So if I got to pump that spine and I'm rounded, I don't care about the arms. I want this spine to be as straight as possible, even if that means that everything else is new, okay? So up on my sit bones as best I can, trying not to get my lumbar spine to round, okay? Now, I'm going to go and I'm going to bend my knees to 90. My heels are going to be in line with my sits bones. And if you're here and you feel like your low back's rounded, I want you to go ahead and extend your knees until you can sit up, okay? Knees are opening up to the floor, right? It's contracting my glutes, pulling all the fascia down low for the fixed point. Now my tailbone just slightly reaching to the floor. Boom. I'm going to tuck the chin. I'm going to reach overhead, extra rotation, one arm at a time. This is our moving point. I'm going to try to grow into the ceiling with my hands. I'm going to try to grow to the ceiling with my crown of my head. Knees are going to reach down to the floor. And I'm breathing, never holding the breath. Having the crown of the head and the tailbone separating, knees reaching the floor. Try to sit up more, tuck that chin more, push the crown of the head up more, open those knees up more. 3, 2, 1, slowly relax. If you guys are really weak up top, a lot of these postures are going to feel like strength training until you can sit up tall enough to separate to hold the spine. So a lot of these postures, yeah, they're designed to create space, but really they're proper posture strengtheners. And also to remember what proper posture should be like. So every posture is coming back to proper posture where we should be within our gravity line. Okay? So I'm going to extend my knees and I'm going to bring the heels together for L3, L4. 1 second up, okay? So my heels are going to be in line with my pubic bone. A little bit of separation there to mirror the pubic bone. And I'm going to go ahead and reach those knees down, arches reach the floor, and I'm going to sit up as tall as I can here. Chin's tucked. We're going to start pushing the crown of the head to the ceiling. We're breathing. We're reaching one arm out. One arm out. We're going to go overhead. It's going to be just a slight YMCA. We were here last time. Slight YMCA here. Push my crown of the head up the ceiling. Reach those hands up. Slowly relax. Good job. How are those feeling for everybody? All right, very common, especially if you're new to that. Body to be shaking, kind of like not knowing what's going on because there's so many cues happening. Over time, as you get into the postures, there's kind of like a ritualistic way in which we get in them and we set the posture, and they're almost identical, regardless of how the legs and everything's going. We set the spine the same. We're doing the same thing. So over time, some of that's going to start to dissipate from thinking, and you're going to be able to understand this a lot more and not have to think about every little point so much, okay? So if you feel discouraged or something because it's really hard, don't beat yourself up. There's a lot going on there, okay? We're going to get down into the cervical spine. So cervical spine, I'm going to start on the ground. My back is going to be completely flush against the floor. And first what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one knee up at a time. I want to grab my knees, I'm going to pull them into my chest, and I want to pull my low back off the ground so I can know where my end range is. So my low back's off the ground, I'm going to go ahead, put it all on the floor, and right as that low back touches the floor, that's where I'm going to keep my knees. So I know I'm in my end range of my tissue here. Knees are going to be in line with my hips, and I'm going to have my ankles slightly everted, meaning that side of the ankle is bending up towards the outside of the knee. It's the inside of the ankle is dropping down, outside is dropping up. You'll feel a contraction on the outside of the calf here. Outside the shin bone. Making sure both sides of that lumbar spine is pushed into the floor, ribs are down, so the mid spine's on the ground. I'm going to swallow about 5 times to help tire out the muscles that do that. I want to relax the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and I'm in a triple chin position. I'm going to push my neck to the floor. I'm going to push that crown of the head away. Arms are by the side here. I'm going to pick up one arm at a time, externally rotating, reaching away, so the shoulder blade's starting to reach down my body. Other side, externally rotating, reaching down the body. And now I'm tucking my chin and pushing the crown of the head away from my tailbone, so I can create space at C6, C7 in the cervical spine. Continually triple chin position. Eyes are open, looking down the body. Making sure you're breathing, don't hold your breath. Three, 2, 1. We'll slowly relax the arms. Slowly let one leg drop at a time. Don't let that lumbar spine come out. Go ahead and lift your chin, shake your head out if you need to. If your neck is starting to spasm to where it hurts or you feel like it's going to lock up, I want you to swallow a couple more times before we tuck the chin. Okay? And if it does start spasming, just go ahead and slowly relax and let your chin lift up. Okay? Because the area we're dealing with is extremely weak due to being on the phone all the time like this. Yes? Deep neck flexors are extremely weak. When I'm asking you guys to different this position, they can become very, very straightforward. Right? So, next one, same thing, everything except we're going to change the hand position over the chest like this. Okay? So, we'll go ahead and pull those knees to the chest, finding our end range again. flow. Ankles outside, rotating up towards the knee. Chin stuck, we'll push that crown of the head away. I'm going to breathe deep in and out the diaphragm. We'll swallow a couple times, tuck that chin, then we'll rotate up towards the ceiling, each arm at a time, and I'm reaching into the ceiling, making sure my mid-spine does not come off the ground. I'm tucking the chin, trying to flex the floor, as I push the crown of the head away. Slowly relax all. All right, how's everyone feeling from those? From the neck ones, all right. So there's another step that goes to the neck, right? It's now adding that, and then we pick the head up off the ground, but without going into flexion, right? It's a very hard position. Basically, we're holding a neutral spine, and we're basically doing a plank for the cervical spine, right? And at that point, it's something that I don't really like to cue because like I was talking about the spasms, it happens a lot, and I'm not with you guys right now on the computer. I can't, manually release you guys if you guys lock up. So just knowing that that is a part to those cervical spines is a little head lift. And the reason why, thank you, Paul. And the reason why is because that cervical diaphragm becomes extremely weak, okay, from the texting and the neck shit. All right, I'm gonna bring you guys over to the wall so we can finish our class L5S1 style. The reason why we finish with this is because it treats not only L5S1, but it resets the whole spine and the pelvis as well. So sometimes with my clients, I like to start with this as well, just to get the pelvis normalized, meaning how it structure should be. And what's gonna help do that is the floor and the wall. So if I've got a little bit of in-flare, out-flare in my pelvis from sitting and just constantly sitting kind of the same way I sit, I'm able to get my sit bones up on the wall, low back on the floor. And so what this is going to do is it's going to help straighten out that pelvis. Okay, so it's going to do with rotation and height. I'm going to have my chin tucked, I'm going to pull my ribs in, and I'm going to push my sacrum, my low back into the ground. I've got my heels in line with my sit bones, and I'm going to triple chin position, try to flatten my neck to the floor, and we'll swallow if we need to. And then relax in the face, eyes are open, looking down the body. I'm going to internally rotate my thighs. I'll go in. I'm going to press the knees out. I'm going to point the toes to the opposite shoulder. You should feel the tension and fascia going up the back side of the leg into the side of the shin. Low back into the floor. We tuck that chin, push the crown of the head away. Externally rotating. Each arm will go overhead, making sure we don't deviate the spine. Don't let it come off the ground. And now we're growing. Tailbone goes into the wall, sit bones to the wall, crown the head away. Take the low back into the floor and breathe. Front and back of that rib cage, reach away from the sits bones. On the exhale, you melt all the spine into the floor. Continue to try to grow on the next exhale. We'll slowly relax the legs and arms. Go ahead and bend the knees. We'll rotate off to the side to come off the wall. We just want to make sure that our shoulders and hips stay together when we get off the wall so we're not in torsion coming off of the wall there. All right, how's everyone doing? Where are we at? Where are we at? All right. How's everyone doing? Good? Awesome. Any complaints, any flare-ups or anything during all that? If you guys do, you can just pop it off mute and yell at me. Any questions or anything too, just feel free. You got me here now.
I think the biggest thing was my knees, but I just kept layering mats until it felt better.
Awesome, good. I'm glad sorry I said that a little late there.
No, it's fine.
Awesome, awesome. Anybody else? Any other
Next time.
questions? No? All right. Well, you guys have a great class, great day, great rest of your day. Tomorrow we've got Ryan Anderson on the total body workout. He's going to be getting in here, getting you guys sweating, going. Great time. Yeah, look out for you guys. Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate the continued support. You guys rock.
Thanks, Chuck.
What's up, Andrea? How you doing?
Good. Oh. Good.
Good. Oh yeah. No worries. You have a good day.
You too.
All right, Kelsey. You have a good day.